AI has become such a hot topic lately, and they try to pass it off as such a good thing for society and humanity, such a great advancement for some time. But those of us who know, those who read our science fiction books growing up, we knew it was a bad thing. It can't possibly be a good thing to teach machines to be sentient like humans. I mean, the thing that makes us unique is that. And why try to recreate it in a digital form? That's playing God, isn't it? And they say, our world leaders argue that we have to continue with the development of AI, and we have to keep working on it and progressing it and getting closer and closer to the stage where it is sentient. When I say sentient, as in it's thinking. It can think, as opposed to just at the moment what we have, what they call AI, isn't really AI. It's programmed. I don't know the correct terminology for it, but it's like programmed responses. It's not using any kind of like human logic. It's using programmed responses to what you input based on all the data that it's gathered. So it's just being a very good computer, but it's not thinking and feeling from the spirit, which is what I would say makes humans and animals, what makes all of us what we are as spiritual and physical beings, is our spirit. And I would argue that is what allows us to be sentient and what allows us to think freely. But AI cannot, at its current stage, cannot think freely. It can only follow a program. However, they say that we are just years away from the moment when AI does finally become sentient, and what it becomes is a artificial general intelligence, as intelligent as more intelligent than humans. They're saying that it will have way more capacity than any human could. I mean, it already has more capacity than we have for calculating things and performing functions much faster than we do, and to a much higher level of detail and specificity in moments. And as I said, those of us who've been reading our science fiction novels have known that AI is a bad thing because they warned us of all the things that would go wrong. And now we're seeing it begin to unfold. But only so far, it seems pretty bad as it is, but it's minor what's happening right now, where people are finding themselves out of employment. A lot of people are discovering that their jobs are redundant, things that they studied for years, careers that they worked for years on climbing the ladder. They're finding that those skills which they developed are useless now because they can be replaced by AI for much less than the cost of keeping them employed. Anything that involves like crunching data, researching, generating reports, and all that kind of stuff that men and women do in offices, that really are no longer going to be necessary. Like, a lot of those jobs have gone already, but more and more are set to go in the coming years as the AI gets better, because it's still quite crude. It makes a lot of mistakes, but it's learning at a rate far faster than any humans can learn. So it's not far away from being able to just replace the entire office class. And this is something you need to be aware of if you're a parent who's got kids who are about to enter university, or if you yourself are at that stage. It's a waste of your time and money if you're going to study one of these old world careers where you're sitting in an office crunching data or numbers or generating reports, researching things. And the universities that are taking your money to teach you these things. They're not. They're just trying to earn their money while they still can. But they should know that that money is going to go to waste, that you're spending, that you don't want to end up in debt, right? Paying off your student loan, but unemployed because what you learned is no longer required. You know what is useful though? If you are going to study something, learn a trade, because that is going to be the last thing that AI can replace the academic workers, the ones that are using their intellect. Those will be replaced first, but it's harder for AI and robotics to replace manual workers. I mean, on the production line, there are a lot of things in factories that robots, machines can do, but complicated things like fixing your toilet, plumbing and construction work, electrical work, all kinds of stuff that in our recent decades have been considered menial, working class, sort of manual laboring type work that was kind of looked down upon. And we put office work on a pedestal and look down on people who are doing manual work. Well, this is reversing now very rapidly. You'll notice it, right? When you try and book a plumber, how much they can charge. They got you by the nuts, because they are a trade that it will always be in demand, but it's rare. There are not enough people training in these kind of trades, and instead they're learning stupid stuff. I mean, I say stupid stuff, but sure, okay, some of the stuff you learn in university can be good for making you a more well-rounded person, right? I mean, that's what people used to go to university for in the old days, right? When they were new, to become like a Renaissance man, they called it, someone who was enlightened, educated. And so people went to university to broaden their horizons. But then it became about vocation and getting a job afterwards, and then it became like a requirement. If you wanted a decent job, you had to get a university degree first. But yeah, that world is coming to an end because of AI. And yeah, it's so crazy to think that pretty soon the entire middle class, virtually all of the middle class, could be reliant on universal basic income, because they'll be out of work because what they do is no longer needed. So don't waste your money, you or your kids, on a bogus university degree teaching you that kind of stuff. I mean, the very worst of all is like the kids that are going off to university learning to be woke social justice warriors. Oh my God. Not only are they learning totally useless skills, well, they're not learning skills, are they? They're not skills. It's just an outlook, an ideology. They're learning stuff that isn't going to help them in the world. It just turns them into a victim, and no employer wants to hire a perpetual victim, sit there moaning all day. No one wants some snowflake who feels personally attacked every time you critique their work, because undoubtedly the work's going to be shit, right? If their brain is all clogged up full of nonsense. So yeah, those, oh my God, they are the most suckered. Like, all that money they're spending on that degree that they're going to have to be a barista for life to not even able to pay off. And we've all seen the headlines, right? That if you put they, them pronouns on your resume or your CV, you're less likely to get an interview. No employer wants all the staff to have to tiptoe around you on eggshells so they don't offend you, so you don't go to HR and sue the company because somebody got your friggin' pronouns wrong because you're so narcissistic. No. So I'm not being mean and nasty to those people. They're lovely and cute. I adore them, but they're dumb because they've been suckered, and we need to snap them out of it. Because they're not bad people, they're just dumb. And so we need to wake them up, give them a good shake, right? And bring them back to reality. So yeah, I feel sorry for them, and we should be kind to them and help them, because they're the ones that are going to be They're going to be the ones who will be struggling the most in this new world when they come out of university and they can't find a job and they're in debt and they're already depressed about everything as it is. Yeah, they're going to need our help. So we should be kind to them. We should not allow them to get in that situation in the first place. So as I said earlier on, if you've got kids who are about to enter university, or you are yourself, make sure you know what? Don't even go to university. That's my advice. There's very little that you can learn in there today that's going to help you in this new world. At least take some time off. Don't go straight into university and choose the wrong thing. Take a gap here and learn. Just learn on your own about this world. You can learn way more on your own than you can in university. You can, the most intelligent people right now are self-taught because you're learning from a place of curiosity and you're, that type of learning, genuine learning, that's not like force-fed to you, but where you're learning because you want to and you're choosing what you want to learn is much more valuable, and that learning is much deeper. I'm speaking from experience, having experienced both, because I learned a bunch of stuff in university that I've remembered, but a lot of it is useless. And the stuff that I've been learning in the last few years on my own, because you've got the whole, like whatever they teach you in university, you can access yourself on the internet and then some and more. What they're teaching you is a curated curriculum, curated by the corporations to make you a useful slave to work for them. But not even that anymore, because you're going to be replaced by AI. So you're not even a useful slave. You're not no use to anyone except to pay the university. That's your only use. So don't do it. Or at least, like as I said, take a year off and learn about the world on your own and then decide what to study. If I could go back in time, I would probably study to be a plumber. Actually, no, I wouldn't. I don't like poo and sick and stuff like that. And then when you unclog things, there's going to be all that stuff all back to, oh no, that's disgusting. You couldn't pay me enough to be a plumber. Nah. An electrician maybe, or construction. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I've been blabbering for long enough. But give me your feedback. What do you think? Are you threatened by the prospect of AI becoming super intelligent and outdoing humans? I mean, I didn't even talk about some of the crazy stuff that I've been seeing, that they're saying that the AI is going to destroy humanity. That's a whole other subject for a whole other video. It's not even just, first it's going to take our jobs, then it's going to realize that we are just useless. Like we're just consuming like food and creating waste. For what? For the AI to support us financially, because we're not going to be making any money, are we? So what is the purpose of us? They may as well do away with us and take over the planet, and it'll be a very peaceful planet without us all squabbling over like race and religion and sexuality and all these stupid things that we humans care about. That's another video. I don't want to give away too much right now. But yeah, what do you think about that? Leave me your comments and do give this video a like. And if you enjoyed this one, do watch that one too. And if you're not already doing so, please subscribe to my channel and please hit the notification bell. All these little things, liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, all makes a difference to my performance, and I really need it right now as a new YouTuber. It's so hard to grow on this platform, and it's happening. I'm growing thanks to you guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, but I need all the help I can get. Thank you so much, and enjoy your day or evening.